Hey, welcome to the Source Weekend kickoff. My name is Kramer. Well, technically, you can see it right there. It says Doug. Well, right there, it says Doug Kramer live. You think I'd figure this out? That it goes right this way. I'm not a smart person, but what I do know is I surround myself with smart people. That's why I'm going to be talking with Donna and with Taylor and with Caitlin and with Tabitha, and we're all going to go over everything you need to know about how to make your weekend a phenomenal weekend. So I feel like let's go ahead and dive into it and find out what we should be doing this weekend. So we're going to start off with our resident genius, Donna.
Everybody, welcome back from Halloween weekend. Kramer, did you have a good Halloween weekend?
Could not have been any better. Exhausted still. Here
Yes.
we are, almost a week out, and we have way too much candy still. Uh, yeah, Liam and Ollie, they're 9 and 7, and my wife, they all dressed up. I ended up as we trick or treated, I dressed up. But when we did
Okay.
the Christmas fest thing, yeah, at my church, so I didn't dress up because I had my turntables out, and it's hard to wear a mask and DJ because you have to wear headphones and stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, Way too much candy. I never thought I'd say this as a human being who loves sweets. Entirely too much candy.
Hmm.
Full size
Well,
candy bar too.
candy
Full
bar,
size.
full size. Yes. So our neighborhood got together at the end of our cul-de-sac. There was that one neighbor who, brought the full size candy bars. I brought the good candy, but they brought the good full size candy bars to hand out. And toward as the night went on, like it got a little bit later, those kids got a whole lot more candy because we didn't want to end up with any candy at
We forgot to put our please take one bowl out before we left. So we
Oh,
still have all of our please take one bowl completely full. And I in radio, I've done this in the past because I do that also. Um, I have gone trick or treating 2 weeks prior. Said, hey, I'm sorry, but we're not going to be here. So what do you have for us? We would dress up and go trick or treating early, and then we would go back the week after. So next week, if I still did this, and I may bring it back in the future. Right now that we're talking about it, I would go with the bag. Go, hey guys, thank you so much, but you just gave us too much, and we'd try to hand the candy back to them.
it's a return policy,
Yes,
like
catch.
Nordstrom's.
Yeah. It was you
Yeah,
were overly generous. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
we
But
appreciate it, but we are
yeah,
unable to use this. Okay,
yeah,
that works. I've never. That's something. That's something. I want to see if
it
that works
is.
out
It
for you.
is. Of all the things in the world, that is one of them.
Okay, I like it. Let's talk about Pumpkin Fest. I went to Pumpkin Fest on Saturday. So much fun. I think you have a photo you're going to show us. This is the costume contest. One of my favorite parts. There's some the live performances are good too, but this for me is so much fun because these kids and families, as you can see, the garden of the Galaxy group there. That's a whole family. The dad is like body paint. The whole thing got really into it. Um, Pretty amazing. And then I love the sun made raisins. Can we
Oh,
talk
so
about
good.
her?
Yeah, please let's get into it.
She so all the kids come up on stage. They divide them out into age groups. I can't remember her age group, maybe 6 to 12. And they asked her about her costume, and her answer was, they said, "Well, can you tell us something about it?" And her answer was, "My grapes are plastic. Please do not come up and try to eat them."
Not a lot of times in your life can you say, please don't eat my costume, and that's one of those times.
But she stayed in that costume the whole time. Usually, sometimes when you see kids like that in those gigantic costumes, because it's pretty big and pretty cumbersome to walk around. Like she has no peripheral vision at all in that.
Yeah,
And
my boy's masks came off so fast.
yeah,
So fast. It's
but
not
I
even
saw her. Yeah, I saw her a couple times throughout the day, and she kept it on the whole time.
good
So
for her. That's why she
good for
won. She commits.
she commits. Yes, and you see Audrey Hepburn next to her. She committed. She was like that the whole time I saw her as well.
That I didn't realize that was breakfast at Tiffany's, but that is absolutely breakfast at Tiffany's.
It's
So well done.
breakfast at Tiffany's, and she had the blue bag, but I don't know why she doesn't have it in this picture. But she was carrying the blue bag. Yes, she was very much into it.
That's phenomenal.
So, as you recover, you got to keep going. There's still things happening coming weekend. Let's talk about those things. Wind Down Main Street, big event that happens in downtown Franklin. They shut down the streets again on Saturday night. There will be wine tasting stations all along Main Street and in several retailers along Main Street. There also will be food that you can sample, but that all benefits the Boys and Girls Club of Middle Tennessee. It's a great event. It's been going on for years. Also, Whiskey Warmer is happening Saturday evening as well at West Haven. So it depends on what you like. What's your choice, wine or whiskey?
I mean, if I'm going to have to choose between the two, I want to be fancy and like wine, and I don't like the flavor of wine. I don't, and you haven't found the right one. I did find one that was great from a sommelier. One of my friends, a sommelier, and I go, oh, this could be a problem. But that was only the one wine, the one time. So whiskey, I guess. I love the name because that's what happens when you drink whiskey. Beautiful name, well done. So I'm going with whiskey.
Okay, well, there's something for everybody on Saturday night. You should go check it out. Sunday afternoon, there's an event called the BRA, or I think they call it BRA, but it's Breast Cancer Recovery event. And it's a new foundation that will be starting this event. It's their very first event at Harlansdale Farm on Sunday afternoon. It's free from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. There'll be food trucks, music, entertainment, and education. So lots of things to go check out. I feel like everyone can say that their lives have been touched by breast cancer, whether you have a family member, a friend, yourself. I mean, I feel like there's so many people who have a story around that, unfortunately. So it's good to come together.
I've told you in the past that I've done a lot with that to help out and raise awareness and all that. And so the Wear Pink became a thing at my kid's school last Friday. I think they had Friday before last. So that was a big thing for everybody to wear pink, and let's get out there, let's support, let's show. And my kids had so much because of all my extracurricular stuff I do when I host events and things like that. So ties and socks, and Liam's got longer hair, so we wear this little headband that held his hair back, and they were just pinked out. It looked good, and I was happy that I could help them start the new generation of raising awareness and helping out.
Yes, I love that. Let's talk about wine. We mentioned wine down Main Street. Look, these guys sent me some wine. Haven't opened it yet. But Paso Robles, is that how we decided we were going to say this?
I think that's what I think. And I'm the worst guy to ask for. Hey, is this how you would say it? And if whatever I say, go with the opposite.
Okay. Well, California Winery just distributed in Tennessee. You can get this at Brinkman's and Costco's, the places right now. But I love this label, Bull by the Horns. This makes me laugh.
Give some of that right there. That's how you get too much for one hand.
Here's one for you. High on the Hog. It's a red blend.
Yes, thank you. I think they might have noticed that my accent is just a scotch different because I grew up in the state touching. So I got my Razorback accent. Good for them. There you go.
So go check those out. Thank you for sending those to me. I've not opened them yet. But hey, if you need wine for Thanksgiving, for your Thanksgiving meal, you should probably get those now, because as it goes, if you wait till the last minute, some things get sold out.
So speaking of Thanksgiving, my question today is, I found a recent article about the foods that we absolutely just don't care for as much when it comes to like your typical Thanksgiving dinners. What is the one thing that everybody has at Thanksgiving that you're like, you know what, I could do without?
Oh my goodness. Okay. This may be controversial. I don't know. I do not like this at all. So please don't come at me. You know how people do. Okay, I'm going to get the can of cranberry. I think they're called cranberry sauce. It does not seem like any kind of sauce. Like you open one side, and you open the other side, and you push it through, and there's the ridges from the can.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's shaped just like the can.
And then you cut it into slices. Yes.
It's not good.
It reminds me kind of like of Jell-O. Is there really any cranberry in it? Does anybody know? Has anybody looked at the label?
I'm not a fan of that. My wife is. She prefers that over homemade, because we bought some cranberries. We're going to do our own thing, because, I mean, literally, you boil cranberries with a little bit of sugar, you're good to go. There's not much you need to do to prepare just cranberries themselves, but the can is more her taste. And you know what? You're with the majority. 30% of Americans do not like cranberry sauce.
Oh,
That's the number one. Number two, I stand by saying this, and I got a lot of flack for this one because it sounds un-American to say, I don't care for turkey. I prefer ham. And people are like, well, how dare you? I'm like, it's my taste. It's not a how dare. I just, so, I mean, growing up, we ate ham a lot, but we only had turkey twice a year. The two big holidays for turkey. If you have Thanksgiving, you have Christmas, but you don't cook a big bird for just a regular old Tuesday night, but you can have ham on a Tuesday night. So yeah, that's followed by green bean casserole, sweet potato stuffing, and coleslaw, and a few others.
Sweet potato. I like sweet potato casserole. How can you not like sweet? Now, there's people who sweet potatoes can be controversy as well, right? Because sometimes people just like the cut up sweet potatoes with marshmallows on top. That's kind of a Southern thing. I personally don't prefer that. I prefer the casserole where it's mixed in with other things. I
just wrap it in foil, bake it, crack it open, butter, cinnamon. That's all you need for a sweet potato.
Well, now I do that on a regular basis when it's not a holiday. That to me is one of the best ways during the week to eat a sweet potato. It tastes like dessert.
And here's another one. Look, we can do an entire day.
Maybe we'll have to come back to this when it's closer to Thanksgiving. But
no, sweet potato fries with the truffle aioli sauce. Parmesan on top of the fries after they're done. Shut up. Shut up.
That sounds pretty good. I haven't tried that. Okay, that's on my list next.
I'll make them. You can try them.
Oh, he's offering to make me food. I like it.
All right, let's get back to what we're talking about, though.
All right, food news. Look at this. We have a picture. Goo Goo Cluster. Look, they made me my own personal Goo Goo Cluster while I went down to visit. They have closed down their retail shop during COVID, and they were going to do a renovation, and they're going to reopen on Friday. So it is so much fun in there. That's the new window that we're just showing you. I got to take a look. It looks completely different from the retail store before. The store opened in 2014. They were planning a renovation anyway, but with COVID, they just kind of moved it up. And so it is so fun inside. So what you can do, there's a kiosk and you can select. Let's see if I can open this without pulling up. You can select all what you want to put inside your Goo Goo Cluster. Regular Goo Goo Cluster has peanuts, marshmallow, and like a caramel nougat type thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like actual caramel, if I'm not mistaken. It's actual just like I would imagine that when they're building it, caramel is just like a layer.
Yes. So there is a kiosk. Oh, this is funny. I didn't realize this was on here. And you get to select all what you want to put inside. Mine has Nutella, pretzels, these chocolate crunchy things. But this is so funny. I didn't realize the ones you make in the store. I don't know if you can see this. On the inside, it says, "What a cluster." So what I did is it's milk chocolate on top. And then you can select the bottom, which they make in front of me, and I selected white chocolate. But that's so much fun. Your kids will love that. If you go in there, they have this big display that tells you what's inside the Goo Goo Cluster. And there's some buttons and stuff you can play with. They don't do anything, but it's fun. Kids want to see how things work. And then you go to the kiosk and you can put Fruit Loops in there, potato chips. They have all kinds of interesting things to put inside. You can select all that, and then a ticket prints out across the room from there, and they make it right there, and you can watch them make your own personalized Goo Goo Cluster.
I like that the potato chips and pretzels are an option because my oldest just now realized salted caramel flavor is a thing. I explained to him I had salted caramel cupcakes recently, and because he had one of his candies from Sugar Daddy. He had a Sugar Daddy from Halloween. And he's like, it's just too much. I go, you know what? Sprinkle a little salt on there, buddy. And he goes, really? I was like, I'm just sprinkle a little. Trust. You can't look like this and know about great food because this is how I live. So salted caramel, he's in on it. So yeah, cool. The salt and caramel works very well together.
Yes. They're going to roll this out later. So this is kind of a preview. It's not happening yet. They're going to have boozy milkshakes. So that right now we talked about whiskey earlier. They have about 4 or 5 different whiskeys that you can put into your milkshake. So It hasn't happened yet, but it won't happen this weekend that I know of, but it's coming soon. They were getting it ready. So something for you, something for the kids.
I can speak on this one now. Whiskey and wine I don't like, but you put a little cream de mint or a little Bailey's in a milkshake. Now we're talking. Yeah. Now I'm in.
Yeah. So they also before did classes like, chocolate classes and talked about their processes. They're going to bring those back. Not probably right away. I think maybe by the end of the year, first of the year, but the space is so cute. You got to go check it out. Yeah. You can go down to 5th and Broadway when you're done. If you want to do the family thing and not maybe do the honky tonks on Broadway, but it's a great outing. If your family's coming in town for Thanksgiving, also a good place to go visit.
Well, you've got me pegged. Now we're filling in for everybody else because mine's always going to be kids and wife first, and then I'll just have to deal with what they like.
You can get your merch. You can buy some other cute things in there. Give it to family. It is Nashville's. It was created in Nashville. I think it's over 100 years old. It's awesome. Allegedly, yeah. It's allegedly the very first nougat candy bar created ever, I think. Oh, I need my fact. Yeah.
If I go there, I'm going to wear a shirt from the band Goo Goo Dolls because on the front of it, it'll just say A Boy Named Goo. That was one of their albums. So I'll just walk in with a shirt that says A Boy Named Goo. And they're like, hey, he's home. Welcome home.
Right across the street from there, if you need something else to do, Johnny Cash Museum.
Okay.
And you can eat at the Johnny Cash cafeteria. They have like a meet and three, and you go through the line and you can pick your, fried chicken and your greens. They have all kinds of things. Macaroni and cheese. Like
meet and three needs to be the name of an album. And only Southern people will get that. Only Southern people will get that. That's a great. Somebody's watching this right now. Goes done. Just put us in the credits. Our names are right here on the screen.
Exactly.
Put us in the credits.
Meet and
three.
If you haven't been to the Johnny Cash Museum or inside the little venue area and eaten there, you should do that. It's really right across the street. Also a great thing to do with family. You'll have some amazing food there. I've eaten there. It's very good. Not healthy, but good. Good cheat day. Have your very Southern food and then go across the street and have your good food cluster.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. You've given us a lot to think about and to look forward to, and we will talk to you again soon.
All right. See you guys next week.
Of course, you can always catch Donna on the Morning Source, but we're going to switch gears and find out what's going down on the scene with Taylor Means.
Hey guys. So I know that everyone is very excited about Christmas. I'm not going to talk about it though. I am a strong believer in holding off Christmas until Christmas.
No, Mariah Carey has some words with you right now.
I know. You know what?
She's been waiting for this moment. This is her week to shine for the next 7 weeks.
For the next 7 weeks. You know what? I read an article the other day that she makes $9 million in like 3 months just off of her Christmas royal. So I'm going to hold off on giving her any more money until December. Okay.
She is going to have a new Christmas special because last year's did so well. I'm the pop culture guy. I don't talk about it much on this, but I promise you I know everything that's unnecessarily known.
All right. Well, it is still fall. I hate to disappoint you guys, but I'm going to talk about a couple hikes here in Tennessee that, you can get to see the scenery, the changing of leaves. It's really pretty. So some popular ones that I like personally in Columbia is the Cheeks Bend Bluff Trail. It's super easy. It's right under 2 miles long. It goes along the Duck River for some of it. And my favorite part is trying to find the cave entrance, which it's not as easy as it seems, but it's also a kid-friendly one too for anyone out there who has kids and needs to get the energy out.
I give them their Halloween candy and just let them run.
Exactly. This is the perfect time. You go take a hike, give them all the sugar, go do a hike. We're good.
Yes, sir.
So in Franklin, in Thompson Station, we've got the Battlefield Trail. This one is a little bit longer. It's 3.5 miles long. But this one is really good for seeing wildlife, which is what I enjoy. Also dogs. A lot of people take dogs on this one. I don't know why. It just seems like every time I go on this hikes on different trails, this one has the most dogs, and it's great. And then out in Smith Park, there is I'm going to mess this up, the Marcella Blue Trail, 2.5 miles long. I love going to see the Ravenswood Mansion while I'm over there. It's really pretty and nice historical antebellum home out there. And then here in Murfreesboro, we've got the Rutherford County, or we've got the Greenway Searcy Trailhead in Murfreesboro, and it is a great family-friendly hiking trail. This one is paved, so there are a lot of bikers and joggers in this one, but it also goes along the river. It intertwines with a bunch of trails in Murfreesboro that lead you to like the Stones River National Cemetery, which is really pretty if anyone's ever been there. And then I haven't done this one yet, but I told myself I'm going to once I get more coordinated. But there's a mountain biking trail here in Mount Juliet, and it's 3.5 miles long as well. But apparently, it's great for all levels of like mountain bikers. So I feel like it's a good place for me to get started, and for anyone else out there who is interested in mountain biking.
All the hiking stuff, it's almost like I'm being teamed up against. My wife wants to do more hiking, and that's not really the life I want to live. Do I have a walking stick now? Kind of. She got me a cool looking boar spear. So I feel like, yeah, I know. It's the greatest thing ever. Like, it is a 7-foot tall boar spear that I hope I never have to use because it's made to attack boars with. I don't ever want to.
Where do you even get that from?
She ordered it online.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'll say this, as a former mountain biker, I'm not a current mountain biker, but as a former, all of my rides were on the street for the most part, a little off-road. And I had a 17-mile loop. I rode my bike a lot.
Oh, geez.
Street 17 miles did not prepare me for an 8-mile off-road excursion. I was about 1.5 miles in and realized I don't know if I can make it back. So, but it was real strenuous riding. It was in the foothills of the Ozarks, Arkansas, Missouri area. Yeah. So it was just awful. It was the worst. And I remember one of my friends, you put your little toe, you go in eclipse, you want to use your energy well. You use your energy pulling and pushing when you're on your pedals. So you put your feet in a little straps. The basket style is what my friend Lonnie had. And we slowed down just enough that he lost all of his momentum and he couldn't get his feet out. And I just watched him slowly fall. And it would be a moment on there's the channel TBA that has the Fail Army.
Yes, I love Fail Army.
Fail Army is the best. It's just TikTok television of fail.
Exactly.
All it is. It would have been one that gets played every week. Just watching him slowly fall into the Greenbrier sticker bush.
Oh, well, you're not making this sound very exciting for me.
No, I'm giving you a heads up. Trust me on this one. Plan ahead. 3.5 miles is probably more easily doable than the awful one that I was on. That was just hills. It's just everything was over logs and up hills. Oh, so, but just be prepared that you might have to walk it back in shame. Just, I can't ride anymore. I'm just going to slowly walk this back.
I think I'm going to take some lessons first. I think that will be my first step then towards this adventure.
But the hiking, that sounds great for everybody else. I hope everybody enjoys the hiking. I hope I have the ability to not hike because I have a Jeep, so I will do that. Yeah, so give me some off-road courses in the future.
Okay, well then I guess I get to borrow your boar spear on my hikes then, since I'll be I feel with my beard and my flannel and my boar spear, I look like a hillbilly wizard walking around. My wife won't let me take it out in public because it doesn't look legal because the blade length and everything. But it's inside a big plastic case. She's accurate, I know, but I want to walk through like I'm just some kind of redneck Gandalf. Please do.
Yes, I am Kramer the Gray.
Oh man.
Well, you have an incredible week, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you. You too.
All right, now let's make our way to sports. What a tangent that was, huh? Let's get Caitlin in here.
Hey, Kramer, we have a lot going on the road this weekend for Nashville sports. On Friday night, we have the Predators taking on the Vancouver Canucks. They're finishing up a Canadian road trip, and then we'll finish that out this weekend in Chicago on Sunday. But on Friday night, their game, because it's on the West Coast, is at 9 p.m. So if you're looking for a little late night Friday action, that is what you want to watch. On Saturday night, we have Tennessee football on the road taking on Kentucky. And on Sunday, we have the Titans in Los Angeles playing the Rams at 7:20 p.m. And this is going to be a really good game because the Rams have a record of 7-1 and the Titans are 6-2. And the Titans most notably lost Derrick Henry this week due to a foot injury, but they have 7-time Pro Bowl Adrian Peterson on the team now. So it'll be exciting to see if he takes the field for the Titans.
Yeah, I lived in Oklahoma for 2 years, and that's when AD was like the king of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
You would hear sightings of him everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of contacts with like any NFL, NBA. But I have that I was in a building with him one time. So I feel like I'm pretty important.
So basically you're going to be in his wedding.
Best friends forever.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I mean, he's got he needs a DJ. Everybody needs a DJ, and that's
everyone
what
needs a DJ in their inner circle.
That's, you know what? I think so. And I can make weird songs sound cool together. So we got a question for you. We're diving into all things food because we got the candy. That was so last week. Thanksgiving is like 2-3 weeks from now. What is one super popular Thanksgiving dish that you're like, I just don't like it? It could be a main, it could be an entree, it could be a side, whatever.
Not a big green bean casserole person. I know it's a controversial. My grandma makes a decent one, but I think that's just because I love her. You know,
right.
I'm not a big fan.
Now, that's one of those that's hard to mess up because when you get the cream and mushroom soup, you got those little onion things and then green beans.
The onion things too, like I don't not like them, but if they weren't on the table, I wouldn't be that upset about it. But my roommate and I went to Trader Joe's yesterday because we're both gluten-free, and I got a huge box of the cornbread and the stuffing, and we're planning on just testing out some recipes before Thanksgiving because we can't wait that long.
Yeah, so on the green bean casserole, I'm a green bean purist. I feel like the green beans used in green bean casseroles sometimes have that weird waxy.
Yeah.
Okay, regular green beans, less, but my green beans are the most unhealthy green beans ever. There is bacon fat in there. There's so much seasoning. And like if I let it simmer all day long, you're throwing in some bouillon cubes. I mean, it's like the most sodium and fat-rich green beans that have ever been made into a pot.
That is what my grandma does, and then she adds like 10 turns of table salt on there.
Yeah.
How do you make your sweet potatoes? This is always a question I ask.
That's how. Well, I mean, I've talked about this earlier. I prefer when I do make sweet potatoes. I don't like the casserole, and I don't like the. I'm a sweet potato purist. I either want it in fry form or I want it wrapped up like a baked potato, baked, split open, butter, cinnamon. You know, that's how I roll.
Interesting. Yeah, and in my house we do the sweet potato casserole with marshmallows on top.
Yes, I get it. It's a staple. It's a staple. I get it. But the list, of course, I went over this earlier, but for people just now tuning in, the top 10 that people dislike the most, and it's not really like an extreme amount. It's like 15% of people don't like mac and cheese, and I don't know if I can hang out with them. Like I feel like
no friends of mine.
Yeah, definitely not my kids. That they're exclusively mac and cheese.
Yeah.
18% mashed potatoes, pumpkin pie at 21%, ham at 21%, which is a weird one because ham. I've talked about this before. Ham is better than turkey. Come at me. Let's fight. Ham is juicier. It's also easier to cook. That's a little. Coleslaw shouldn't even be on this list. That's not a Thanksgiving thing, is it?
No. Not in my house, at least.
I think this was made by people not from the South because coleslaw is a barbecue side, not a Thanksgiving side. Sweet potatoes at number 4. I'm sorry, stuffing or dressing, depends on what you call it, at number 5, 23%. Sweet potatoes, green bean casserole at number 3, turkey at number 2, and everybody's been talking about the cranberry sauce all day. You get the can of cranberry sauce shaped like the can.
Yes, that's the best.
Yeah. Everybody else has been disagreeing with you.
I don't know. This list sounds like everything that I like other than the green bean casserole.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a big can, straight out of the can, but my dad makes one with like orange zest in it. It's pretty good. So
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start planning out I don't know how many people are coming for Thanksgiving. I cooked for 14 of us in 2019. We didn't do anything last year, but I cooked for 14 of us 2 years ago. And it was one of those, 2 days worth of cooking things. I went all in, but I'm not a bird cooker. I've never cooked a bird. It's too much pressure.
It is a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
so
but
I'll get that ham ready too.
You know what? I need a fryer. I feel like I need to get a fryer if I'm going to do it. I want to make it dangerous.
Or a smoker.
I've got a smoker. I haven't done that either. Fryers.
My dad has made a smoked turkey. He used to do it even when we were all like, we want the regular one, and he just make it, and it's really good.
Sports immediately got taken over by all the food. We are ready to go this season.
The Food Network.
Awesome. Well, you have a great week, and we'll see you again next time.
You too. Thanks, Kramer.
All right. Now we know. Here's Tabitha.
All right. Hey, thanks, Kramer. For our forecast this weekend, it's going to be a beautiful one at that, even though we've had some of those chilly temperatures this past week. As we transition to our graphic here, you can see that we have a lot of sunny skies for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And although our lows are going to be pretty cool, maintaining in the upper 30s, lower 40s, we will have some nice warmer temperatures heading into the later weekend with 62 and 65.
I was very happy that my friends all agreed. Now, I wear a lot of flannel. We talked about this last week, and I'm surprised you're not wearing flannel again today. We're not twinsies.
Darn.
But if you don't see me in flannel, which you're going to see a lot of that, hoodies and shorts. When I'm not doing broadcasting stuff, hoodies and shorts. You're going to see until the weather stays in the 30s, like nonstop. I'm a hoodie and short guy.
It'll get there someday, just not this weekend.
True. All right, so I got a question for you. We're in the beginning stages of all things November, which means I've already shifted from a great Halloween with way too much candy for the kiddos to just all in Thanksgiving food. I start planning what I'm going to cook for everybody. And I saw a breakdown of the Thanksgiving foods that we actually don't like. Is there a traditional Thanksgiving food that's served that you're like, you know what, I could do without?
Oh, it's like that. Oh, what do you call it? Whatever, like cranberry sauce stuff is, that's just a no-go for me.
That has been a reoccurring theme throughout the day. No one likes the can-shaped cranberry sauce. That's not really a sauce. It's just gelatinous can.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
For me.
Are you a turkey eater?
I am. And okay. I put gravy on it, and it's real good.
Now, do you have giblet gravy?
I'm not sure.
Okay,
I don't think I've ever heard of such
the kind of thing. You either know it or you don't. Giblet gravy is extremely Southern. I don't know how deep in the roots of Southern it is, but it's something I've had my entire life. I didn't know what was in giblet gravy until I looked it up. I'll still eat it, but I'm not happy about what's in it. I'll leave it at that.
Ohioan family.
Look it up on your own time. Look it up and realize when Kramer says this is delicious, throw some eggs in there. You got the gravy texture, but everything else in there, not the coolest thing to eat. It's not at all. But my mama makes really good giblet gravy or giblet. It's weird when I hear people say it with a hard G. It's giblet to the rest of us.
Whatever it is, it sounds pretty good.
Well, don't look it up and trust me, it's good. Or look it up and don't believe me, but it is good.
I will definitely look it up.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Tabitha. You have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Well, that wraps up the weekend kickoff. Let me get myself back on screen again. That'd be good. Hey, there I am. I can hit all the buttons, but I just hit them at the same time, and that's no good. Hopefully, we got everything you need to know about this weekend. If there's something that we missed or something coming up next weekend, well, by all means, send us a message. You're already on our socials. Just send us a little DM. Go, hey, man, you need to check out this place or check out this restaurant. Or, giblet gravy is pronounced giblet, and I know that's the way I've always said it. So keep those comments coming. As I'm getting all the messages right now. That's funny. I have my phone on quiet and it started buzzing. I think it's because I'm saying it different than the way you say it. Anyway, if there's something you want to let us know about, send us a DM and we'll make sure we cover it next week. In the meantime, go out there, be better, and shine on.